And welcome to another edition of Great British Churches. Today we're at All Saints Church, Brandeston in Suffolk, and actually this is take two of this video because I think we had one of the church wardens pop in and saw us and made it a bit difficult. Actually we had visited another church at Helmingham today, but there's a wedding going on, so obviously we can't walk around and film in there, but that'll come up in a later video. Here we are, there's Miles, the churchmobile. We're out here on a beautiful Saturday, July 2022. Let's close the gate. Beautiful big Tudor building behind there, Brandeston Hall. Apparently it's a school now. Let's have a look at the church. The church, beautiful tower there in lovely order. Very clean flint work. Nice big cemetery and porch. This church is 14th century, so the first priest here was in 1308, believe it or not. So just sort of, oh, let's have a look in here, look. Little bit of a thing, look, that is swordtail moth, very irritating. That's what those little spidey webs are there on the yew trees, but yeah. We're having to do this video a little bit commando style, because Mel usually researches and reads everything going on for days before we come in, but with this one we just sort of thought, well, it's nearby, let's turn up and take a look. Beautiful porch, stonework there with headstops, and we just looked in this porch. Don't know how old it is, we think it's 15th or 16th century, we're not really sure. There's evidence walking around the church of bits being built on and taken away. Lovely bench there, look at that, has seen some history. Nice little windows. I like that bench there, look. Isn't that gorgeous? Even the woodworm are Tudor. But just have a look at this door. This door is beautiful. The porch here, as Mel has said before, they're normally here to protect the doorways, but let's have a look. A little bit unusual. Got raised pews. We have seen that on one or two other churches that we've visited recently, but certainly not a common thing. But you see, beautiful organ there.
And it's not the first time I've seen a blue organ in a church.
No, it isn't. They are funny colour. I've never noticed that much till recently.
No. I think it's a Victorian one. But do you want to go up to that corner?
Yeah, let's start up here and have a look.
There's that funny board up there. And from a distance, they look like real bells.
They do. This is it. We've had a look. We can't get into the bell tower, obviously, because that's locked off there. But we think, there we go, 2, 4, I think there's 6 bells up there, all hanging nicely, waiting to be rung. But here's a lovely board. Look at this. It says on February the 2nd, 1749.
7 peals were underwritten, were rung here without intermission in 2 hours and 55 minutes, and not a bell out of course.
Wow.
That is something, isn't it? And I
that is.
Find something in the book, but I didn't put my thumb under it, so I can't find it. Oh, here we go. It's an unusual peal board, and it records a peal in 7 methods, 2 of which were composed by the local band. We thought it worthwhile to list the course and calls on each side. The bells are 10 or 7 cubic watt, now have a modern frame and fittings and are in excellent order. Beautiful.
Isn't that lovely? Look, and even the bells there. It's a lovely trompe-l'oeil effect. So it actually looks, I thought they were real bells when I walked in originally. They're amazing bits, amazing work, and you think that's been there.
Now, we did find something interesting about one of the vicars here.
Yes, we did. Tell us about it.
Right. There was a vicar here. He had served as rector here for 50 years. And then in 1646, he was accused by Matthew Hopkins, who, if a lot of people do know, he was the Witchfinder General.
Yes. Played by Vincent Price in the film of that name.
I'll take your word for it.
He was a good film, that is.
This gentleman was called John Lowes, and he was the priest here. And Matthew Hopkins, being in league with the devil, or he thought that he was in league with the devil, and was crucially deprived of sleep for nights on end, while his tormentors run him backwards and forwards about the room until he was out of breath. Then they rested him a little, and then they ran him again. He underwent the ordeal by swimming at Framlingham, and was seen to be guilty by not sinking, and finally the poor man confessed and was hanged with 17 others, having read his own burial service.
Now let's just think about that. You're chucked in the river and you have to swim. Now, if you swim and survive, then you're a witch, and therefore you get executed. If you sink and drown,
You're innocent.
you're innocent, and you're not. But I tell you what, this Witchfinder General, he was it was a bit of a lad, wasn't he? Actually, he came from Manningtree, I believe, didn't he?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I think so. He's not from far away. We can have a look here. Here's the names of the vicars of Brandeston. Roger de Heacham in 1308. There's our man John Lowes. There, look, 1596. No, 15.
1640 something.
No, 1596 to 1646.
Yeah.
That's incredible. And his father, by the looks of things, was a vicar as well.
Yeah.
This is hanged as witch. That's not really good, is it?
It is. It's not good. But
Right up to Deirdre West in 2014. They wouldn't have seen that one coming in the Catholic days, but oh, it's beautiful.
the floor in this church is absolutely full of ledger stones. So up here you've got, is it Anne Stebbings here?
Let's have a look. Let's bring
You've
you
got
around.
Elizabeth, what you're standing on. Or
Yeah.
Elizabeth.
Or Elizabeth, yeah.
And then you've got Bridget Stebbings. And then you've got a really old one there, Paul. And who is that? Jane Stebbings?
Yes, we've got Jane Stebbings, wife of Henry Stebbings, buried in the date of March in the year of our Lord God, 1616. So the floor is absolutely full of tombs and crypts in here. It's quite... I find it amazing that they've survived. Look at the carving on that granite, and it is granite.
And it is.
Henry Stebbings.
Today as it probably was when it was carved.
Now, some of the pews here, lots of these, if I just take you around there and look at those, are modern. But Mel says these are 15th century. Oh, look, that one's a bit wobbly.
These ones with the poppy heads are 15th century. And you can see there's remnants here of animals, which could be part of the bestiary.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, you know, the stories of the animals within the Bible and stuff like that. Look at this one here, Paul.
Let's just swing you around.
Look, it's got antlers, look.
Oh, yeah. Right at the end there. That's amazing.
It is, isn't it? There's a lot of... Is this a fish? This one?
Let's have a look.
I don't know. It's been shorn, so it's a bit difficult to tell.
I'm not sure.
That's a bird.
That's a bird. And as we've said before, got the hole in the end to put the lighter taper in so you can see what you're doing in these places.
And there's another bird of some sort there.
Birds.
A crow. Is that a hare over there?
I think that might be a hare.
And then there was one up the top, and that was people, wasn't it?
Just going up, if we can have a look, this is called All Saints Church. As you can see, there's all the niches still exist for the saints. And there's some interesting glass in here. There's bits of medieval glass. You can see little traces of it in that window there.
But one thing I did notice while you were filming outside is the roof is later.
Oh, yeah. I think it's in your book as mine.
At the posts coming down in front of the windows.
Yeah.
That's happened up there as well.
They haven't thought about that, have they? If you look at that one and then look at the one opposite, they sort of got that one about right.
Yeah.
But
so that's a good sign that this roof is definitely a lot later than the church.
I'd imagine this would have been a thatched church in its earliest days. But there's some gorgeous. If we have a look up there, we've got Mary with Jesus, and absolutely.
No, they're just stones.
It's just an ordinary little village parishly church.
Now,
but
this pulpit is a remodelled one. It is with 17th century panels, but it has been remodelled at some point. And just look how thin that goes down.
Yeah.
You don't really want a fire and brimstone vicar up there, do you?
No, no.
You know, I should imagine that would be a bit...
Beware steep steps.
But just look at these bench
Let's go back
here.
to the bench ends again.
I think that's lost its head there, look.
Yeah, a lot of these...
It's a lady or something on maybe a donkey, perhaps it's Mary. She might be holding a shield. And then you've got another...
It's a stag.
Yeah.
Or a heart. But isn't that beautiful? I mean, obviously the ends are original, but the timber, it's just had a lot of use.
Church warden, he said, well, it's not much of a church, but it's
I think it's
a nice
gorgeous.
Church. It's simple, it's what you like, isn't it? And you notice these, and I cannot find anything written down about this, and there's one there as well. It's 1863, that one there.
Yes.
So that's probably the same age.
But yeah, it's, a lot of this is wooden. If we have a look, the church is wooden stage. That's good because it gets you up above the cold floor. Imagine this place in the middle of winter; it'd be horrendous.
Either side, there's like this big pipe running through. And I did sit in that pew, and I don't know how I would have got out without burning my leg on it.
No, there's a couple of radiators. Yeah. It's a centrally heated church. There we go. Just see, beautiful little sedilla there. Look, with still sitting in its alcove. I like, I've got a bit of a weakness for the remnants of rood screens, but we've got stairs there going up into an alcove, and up there, somebody's put a door on it or blocked it off as a health and safety thing. It was a good thing because, we've had a grandson topple off the stairs of a rood steps, but actually them ones are quite wide. That's true. And
I'm more surprised it didn't come down on a tilm tray that said herefor on it.
That would be brilliant. He'd love that. I'll forget him one of them. They have a little doorway there. Obviously went through behind the rood screen. If we have a look, the loft has been above us here.
Well, they think that doorway there was for a sacristy where all the vestments and things were stored.
Kept. Because the churches were opened up, as we often say in these videos. We've got some 1863 there. It's beautiful work. Yeah. More tombs.
Yeah, look at these here. Now you can see these are not made of marble or granite or whatever.
No.
They are. This is obviously where the vicar spends a lot of his time standing, or her time these days.
It is her now, yeah. That'd have shook the foundations in 1308, wouldn't it? Mm-hmm. But graffiti! I'm a sucker for church graffiti. You learn a lot. We've even some Viking ships carved on these, and they are original. But we've got some bits and bobs here. Somebody called Rambo. No, Rando. 1663 up there. Good year. That's when Stella Artois was invented.
You can just imagine these choir boys, can't you, having the equivalent to a compass in their pocket or a penknife or something.
But it's history.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have a look on there, look, they've even painted in they've plastered over these again, look, and painted in the lines to make it look like the stone.
Now, if it said 2022 on there,
not interested. Angry. Yeah, it's just weird, isn't it? Why do we accept graffiti that comes from 400 years ago, but we get annoyed?
Now, about this window.
Oh, let's have a look at the window. There's bits of glass remaining.
16th century. Now, you've got here somewhere...
There's a monk.
Where's the monk? Oh, he's up there.
He's up there, look, a monk. Now, that survived the Reformation.
Now, somewhere there is H8.
Yes, we'll have a look.
You said you saw
above. We've got. It's either Cromwell or what's the other fella, Wolsey, sitting there in his robes.
Yeah.
I don't think it's Wolsey because Wolsey was always in red.
Yeah, that's not Wolsey.
But another local chap, of course. Is that HR above his head?
That should be H8. It might be what that crown is. That could be an H8. But there is an H8 in this window. I haven't found it.
We'll have a look. But if you look at the glass...
There is a pomegranate there.
Pomegranates, yeah.
And that is the emblem for Catherine of Aragon.
Yeah.
So this window was broken or...
Smashed up.
Yeah. After Catherine of Aragon. So this probably would have been the Reformation. It could have been dowsing as well. I haven't seen anything on here that dowsing came. But to be honest, we're sort of doing this a bit ad hoc like. So I've not really read up about it. But
if we look at those images up there, look how the glass is broken. Lots of it doesn't match. Yeah. But if you're ever in Winchester Cathedral, the
Oh, that
whole
west
window of Winchester Cathedral was smashed out by soldiers.
Just make out one face or something, can't you?
Yep, in the Civil War. But look how these bits, they've been, they've been smashed out. Somebody's gone outside or inside, picked the bits up, kept them.
I don't think they have. I think they're in their right places. It's just that the bits, where the clear bits is, that's been smashed out and the rest of it's been left.
But look at the joins, Mel. Look at the joins. You wouldn't join the glass that way.
I don't know, you might. I don't know. I don't do stained glass. I
mean, it's gorgeous. I mean, you've
I
got
think
Mary
it
up
is
there.
because it's all in. You can see it all flows. The paintwork all flows. The creases in the robes are all there. I think it is. I think they're in their original spot.
But somebody's.
There might have been a bit of a repair, and might not have been done in the Reformation.
Somebody saved them.
I think they're in the right places. I think that's where how they've always been. But it's the images around them that's been broken.
And have a look. We've got the priest door here. Emergency exit.
That's obviously a new door.
Oh yeah, that is.
A newer door.
There we go. The
more legislations here. Now, Paul, I'm going to hope you're going to tell us what this is on the wall.
I think that's a big stone thing. Right, it says, here lies the body of John Revet, Esquire, and son of Nicholas Revet, Esquire, and Alice's wife. Here, Thomas Leake of London, merchant. Oh, look at that. 1666.
It's the merchant by whom he had issue, Mary, married to Thomas Bright of Bryset, gentleman. Nicholas, who married daughter of Thomas Dade. I know that name, Thomas Dade.
Yeah, Thomas Dade is.
Really talented, aren't we?
Yeah.
Leake, John and Anne married to John Spencer of Rendlesham, Esquire. Thomas John Andrew Robert and Leake.
Yeah.
He died 25th of October 1671. Anne died
1662.
Is it 1662?
Yeah, 62.
She died July the 30th, 1666.
No, she died at 62 and
62 years old.
etatis. Look.
She died when she was 62 years old in 1662.
Oh, good aging.
She was 50.
Yeah, but isn't that beautiful?
It's very difficult, isn't it, to read?
But obviously, this is post-Civil War, isn't it?
Yeah. It's an amazing piece of carving there, it really is. And it's obviously hiding something, I think.
Let's have a look. Yeah, there is something on the back of it. I noticed that earlier. Maybe something there, because we're up here in the
look.
chancel.
Go back to John Lowe's.
John Lowe's. Oh yeah, there we go. I didn't see
Found
that.
aged 80 for witchcraft on the evidence of Matthew Hopkins, self-appointed Witchfinder General at Bury St Edmunds, 27th of August 1645. Protesting his innocence, he read his own funeral service to ensure a Christian burial. May no such blind and bloody superstition and madness ever get head again within this land. Our horse, steward of Brandeston, 1712 or 1742?
1742. That'd been after his death sometime, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But if we have a look, we've got an original little pew that's sat there. Look at the wood on that. Isn't that incredible? Thickness. It looks like somebody's. This is proper agricultural joinery, but.
And you just think how tiny you have to be to sit on that.
We think this doorway and the one next to the bottom of the rood stairs probably went into a sacristy. Sacristy, I beg your pardon.
No, it's this one here, look, because you can see part of it.
Oh yes, you can on that, just on that window frame. See that? Let's go and have a. So that'll walk through.
No, this, that said 1863 on the other side.
Oh, it says 1745 in there.
So it's obviously been made up.
Bits and bobs.
Yeah.
Bits and bobs. John Revet, General
And you've got more
Restaurant.
graffiti over there as well.
Oh yes, I love graffiti. It's a night lamp's nice, isn't it? I do with that in my front room. Right, gorgeous bit of metalwork. Anyhow,
I think that's probably summed it all up.
I think it hasn't all. Yeah. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this. This is just a little parish church. There's a church there. Let's pull over and have a look in our book.
And there wasn't a wedding on today.
And there's no wedding on here. Yeah. Nearly was a divorce, but
yeah, look at that. Did you show that?
I did see that. Yeah. Gorgeous.
Yeah, so, if you liked this video, please like and subscribe. Leave a nice comment as well if you'd like.
Yeah.
You know, we're always open to nice comments. It's the horrible ones we're not too sure of.
Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.